Hey guys, back with another Echoing Thoughts podcast here, episode number 88. Man, sorry this is a day late. Work's been busy this week. I'm going on a trip starting 2 weeks from now. So trying to get everything together. Just wasn't had the opportunity to work from home. Some of you guys had a lot of time on your hands this past week since the last patch. Discord was popping. Discord was going crazy. If you guys haven't joined Discord, you guys are missing out on a lot of spicy conversations, to say the least. We're not going to get into that. I'm just too excited. I wanted to start off this podcast by thanking you guys for the support. Finally got to 2,000 followers. Took you guys long enough. 500 followers, subscribers in Discord channel as well. And I wanted to thank you guys. I talked about it on Discord. We're going to do a crystal giveaway starting, probably next week. So you definitely want to, and that's going to be in the Discord only is where you're going to be finding it out. So you definitely want to follow there to get all the updates, to update how to, there's going to be no giveaway, but that's probably just the easiest way for me to do raffles and things like that. But I'm going to be doing a separate crystal giveaway for my whale tiers, Edward tier, all those people that supported me in the Discord channel, as well as another giveaway for everyone in general. So stay tuned for that. You guys are definitely going to want to join the Discord channel for that. And thank you again for all the support. But enough about that. We're going to get into I wanted to talk about a lot of things. At the end of this, because of the 2,000 subscribers, I want to do a gear showcase where I'm at right now. Down bad. But gear showcase at the end. Maybe get to Cadena showcase. There's just depends how long this one runs. But I mainly want to talk about sort of the 1 week post September update. It's only been a week, guys. It's only been a week, and there's still great discussion and input, and I've kind of had a lot to think about, and I want to give my thoughts on that looking back with the right mindset on it. And so we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, what I think Nexon was thinking, what they think their plan was, whether I agree, disagree, just kind of all of that, right? And so that is going to be the main topic, and maybe what I would have done instead, and then how it's changed. We're going to kind of get into a little bit more math on the damage calculator. People have been asking me how much ignore enemy defense translates to max damage cap, right? What are the requirements for will now, hard aiming for bossing? It's going to all be contingent on ignore enemy defense. It's changing the game, right? It just has. So we got to deep dive into that to help you guys figure out what is necessary to progress, because that's kind of what it's all about. All right, so first thing I want to talk about this, thinking about this September patch, is why would Nexon do this the way that they did it now, right? And there's a few things about that. It's not just the ignore enemy defense flames, re-rolling that. It's not just the max damage cap souls. It's not just the mythic secondary, the absolabs, all of that. But it's kind of, why did they do it all in one patch, right? I think one of the biggest complaints is that it feels like it's too much, right? It's overwhelming. Like for me personally, I couldn't even enjoy the max damage cap increase because I was so into flames, right? The max damage cap was wasn't even like in my thought process right now, let alone like the EXP for the 350%, let alone the link skills and Legion. That kind of just took a backseat to the flames. And I didn't even get to enjoy the mythic secondary 4% ignore enemy defense. Didn't even get to test out with just the Absolabs. They just threw everything at us, right? They did that at the beginning. They did that in June with the max damage cap increase, the V4 with the rebalance. They threw everything at us there too. We didn't get the opportunity to really test out the differences. Everything was kind of just all at once, right? And so my thought process of thinking why Nexon would do this, and I have no insight on this. I don't really know if this is true, but I was trying to think of something logical. And the only thing I could think of is why they did this all together was because they were trying to create one endgame best in slot build. The topic of flames and builds has been such a, it's been such a dynamic conversation, and it's changed over the game with the meta. Went from EXP to HPMP to BA. There's so many different builds, right? And I think that this, doing all of this at once, having the final damage for flames, having ignore enemy defense, and max damage cap souls all in one patch, feels like they are trying to tell us that this is the end game build. There's only one true best in slot build, right? I think that is why they did it all together. Now, whether I agree with it or not, it is a separate thing, right? But I think if that's the case, that kind of makes sense, where they had to throw it all out at once, because that is what they're trying to do. That is the best of the best, right? And it at least gives us an indication that this is what is going to be forever, right? There's no better than ignore enemy defense flames. There's no better than max damage cap souls and final damage flames for secondary, android, and weapon. There just isn't. And that's what they're trying to tell us, right? I've always talked about how over time, Nexon will tell you what to prioritize. Before it was potentials, before it was links and legion, before it was nodes, V skills, and now it's this, right? So that is my thought as to why, right? And I'm gonna kind of end on this note I've accepted it, right? I think I'm a little bit more lenient than most. I'm not too high, not too low, but if they end up throwing another tier above this down the road, ancient mythic secondary weapon, ancient flames, different souls, things like that, that is going to, I'm leaving after that, right? That is going to be my 13th reason. Yeah, if that makes sense. It's just, they just have to, if they do that, that is going to be it for me. Just straight up. Like, they cannot be adding more tiers, like, just to cash grab, like, on top of this. That would just be, a deal breaker for me personally. But I'm curious what you guys think on that. If you think that's even the reason why they would do this, what would be your deal breaker, things like that. I'm just curious to hear your guys' thoughts. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was just the pros and cons. And I made a list of things that really stood out to me. And it was pretty hard to find a pros list, other than the fact that, it's just more damage altogether. But I think the biggest pro for me, and thinking about this, is that there's more than one way to progress. And I talked about this on September patch episode, right? That the game was getting stale because Radiant Exalt and Chaos Exalt and max damage cap was the only way. Exalting was the only way to hit next tiers of bossing. And that is costly, right? I'm not saying it's not costly now, but it just felt like it was boring, right? Exalting is kind of boring, right? And so I think the pro is that now there are multiple avenues. Like, I've seen people, the mythic secondary weapon market peak up again, right? I've seen the Absolab. People are willing to go to Absolab, are using their Absolabs instead of selling it because the set bonuses, right? For that ignore enemy defense. People are, the magnificent, the Mag Soul market has gone up, right? People are rolling for Golden Apple. People are, prices of even Hilla Mag Souls are going up. Flames, obviously. That's another game, a way to progress. It just feels like there's so many different ways, and it's helping. It may feel like a lot right now, but like, the way I look at it is sometimes, like, diversifying your portfolio and trying different things, like whether it's legendary flames from the event, whether it's buying flames packs, or you're trying to do mag souls, or you're trying to do other things. It just feels like it's not so set on exalting and the pain of exalt reduction. Everyone has bricked items, the pain of reducing into more exalts and to more fails and just one route. Now, like, requirements have changed, right? No one even knows what they are. Right? And like people are asking, what are the requirements for Hardemian, for Will? And it really depends not on your cap, but it's your cap and your ignoring me defense, right? And that is just another avenue I think that is a big pro, and I think that a lot of people are enjoying, right? It kind of brings excitement back to the game, whether it breaks the bank or not. And then we're going to talk about, I just have to get this off my chest, the part that I hated the most, and that I think is the, like, as someone that has one, I'm not, like, I'm obviously benefiting from it, but I feel like the fact that they just slapped on, like, people liked it, the Mythic Secondary 4% Ignore Me defense, because they were like, this is free, right? They can just get it. Like, people that have Mythic Secondary weapons just get it for free. There's no RNG. They just slapped it on. And I get that, right? And I'm obviously benefiting from that. But I feel like from a holistic part of the game, Mythic Secondary is throwing ignoring me defense on that is just bullshit. Like, and the reason for that is because there's only really one way to get Mythic Secondaries, and that's through treasure pools, through crystals, through the game. And if you're telling me it's from Fort, fine. But I haven't seen anyone get a Fort Mythic Secondary drop in years. Right? Tell me you can buy it on Trade Station. No. I mean, so it's just how is anyone, I've seen people have 4-set Absol, 6-set Absol, hit a Absol weapon for free to play over having a Mythic Secondary weapon. Right? We have people in our Will run that don't have a Mythic Secondary weapon, have 6-set Absol, 7-set Absol, right? And it just feels like it's just an impossible, like, how are free to play players ever supposed to access this? There's no progression to it, right? There's no way to get from legendary to secondary mythic secondary weapon. It's not like an Absol Lab where you can obviously there's RNG and you can progress it by doing content. It's just Mythic Secondary Weapon has always been one of those things that just feels so different. And the fact that they threw on 4% Ignore Me defense to it just for free, it's kind of unobtainable for like anyone, right? Because just how you get it, and there's no way to actually play the game to actually get it. That's just me though. I just thought that it was just very, like, there could have been another way to do it, and I'll talk about that later. But I just thought throwing Mythic Secondary Weapon, Ignore Me defense was just that's not it for me. So we're gonna finish off with a few more losers. I mean, the winners list is pretty small. It's just the mega whales and the whales and the people that just spent right on flames, mythic, legendary, and even then, like, for someone that did roll legendary flames a lot and mythic flames a lot, I sure don't feel like a winner. Like, I love rolling flames, but yeah, it's we're down bad on that one for sure. It is not a wise investment, that's for sure. But the biggest losers, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I think free to plays, it's just tough. There's just not a lot of access to legendaries and legendary flames. We'll talk about a little bit more later, like what I think they should have done. I think the people that just did the Mythic Flames event, they just had that little cash shop event where you could get Mythic Flames, and people were selling them on Trade Station and things like that. And people that just rolled Mythics for a cheap price, it was probably like 500 mil in our server per Mythic Flame. Yeah, they're not happy about that one. That's a tilter for sure. And then the last one is the Chaos route. My Demon Slayer is down bad. It just even more so feels like, again, like the free to play community, the people that are minimal funding are just always just 5 steps behind. Like, even someone like me that has the resources to go Chaos route, to have free to play Absols and Stigma Stones and Dream Stones, there's just no 5% from Chaos to Absol is just no way, right? Like, hitting 1, sure, but there's no way you're gonna get all 4 set, let alone 6 set, let alone 7 set. And it just feels like the even a better option now is going level 40 Necros and just going Absol there. Level 40 Absolabs is better than level 50 Chaos, right? Because of the set bonus. So it just feels like Chaos, there's just no get out now. Just get out now. Nexon just does not want you. They've been telling us, right? They've been telling us for a long time. They do not, like, Absolab is just a play. They've been increasing the max damage cap on Absolabs. They've been increasing, obviously it's 10%. They've always wanted you to go Necro route. So I get it. Like Chaos, you can do a lot of things. You can do Hard Damien, no problem. Lucid, no problem. But you're just going to be, always feels like you're going to be 6 months, probably like a year behind, even at the best of the best, the highest level of Chaos. It feels like your wall, you're just relying too much on RNG for a game that is just based on for you to fail. So that is kind of why I'm just sort of transferring over to Absolabs, trying to find my way into Absolabs, even level 40s, even level 40 Necros, and trying to free to play Absols on my own. It just feels like a bigger bang for your buck at this point than just trying to grind your way through Exalts through level 50 for Chaos just to fail and be bricked at 3 out of 3 for Chaos and seeing no set bonuses or no results from it. All right, now we're going to talk about a little bit of my thoughts on how I think they should have done it. Right? And I think the most frustrating part for me, like I get that they made unlimited packs for Legendary, unlimited packs for Mythic. Like it is what it is, right? Cash grab, whatever you want to say. I mean, it's better than having 5 packs max or 10 packs max, kind of just to allow people to reroll if they wanted to. But I think the most frustrating part for me is that I feel like they should have had more ways to get Legendary Flames using Mezzos. Why is it easier to buy? Why are there more Mythic Flames in TradeStation than Legendary? Why are there no Legendary? Why is there no ways to get Legendary? I don't understand it. Why are these flames from the packages not tradable? Why was there no, like I would even prefer like a custom pack with like, I don't know, like the second custom pack, you could get X amount of Legendary Flames at a discounted kind of bulk price, right? But it just feels like if I would have, suggested something, I would have like figured out a way to have more ways to get Legendary Flames through the game. Just period. Right? I just find it so strange that Mythic Flames, there are more Mythic Flames in TradeStation than Legendary. It just blows my mind. And making, maybe there's other ways they could have done it, right? If they made it tradable as packages, like I still think, they would have still got their money, but people still could have, sold it through the TradeStation, through Legendaries and things like that, and that would have been, a route too. But I feel like that would have been one thing for sure. Or how about ways to forge Legendary Flames, right? How about that event that they have for the Alchemy be a forge tab, something in the forge that we can craft using unique flames, using other resources to craft Legendary Flames. That would have been nice. Right? Like I just feel like I can't even play the game as much as I do, and I can't even get Legendary Flames. I get 3 in the event. Give it like 10. Come on, right? Like if you're trying to endorse this, like people are gonna spend, but there still should be availability. If you're gonna make us to re-roll everything, give us more than 3 event flames, and 10 max alchemy. Come on. I don't know. That is my gripe. I wish there was just more ways to free to play. Get Legendary Flames. I'm sure they're going to do it down the road, and maybe 6 months down the line they'll offer something in the Forge tab. But like, I feel like they could have done that now and not hurt their Q3, Q4 numbers. And then I mentioned this before, kind of spreading it out, but I get why they did it. But we didn't even get to enjoy max damage capsules, right? We don't even get to enjoy 4% ignore me defense with Mythic secondary weapon, the Absolab set bonuses. Like just thinking about what's going to come next, right? October patch, probably a new character. November patch, probably something small, maybe a fun event, maybe Halloween will have a nice event, but it's going to be nothing spectacular. Unless, is it going to be a rebalance? Probably not. Is it going to be I don't know, new character? Kind of this time of year, it feels like they usually like try to wind down, focus more on events, holidays, home decorations. And if they could have just done like mythic secondary weapon, Absolab ignoring me defense set bonuses here, or flames too, everything ignoring me defense, and then max damage cap souls next month with a new character. Like, I just feel like that would have been more exciting. We could have got up for it, right? We could have had more time to enjoy the flames and then go into souls. But now it's kind of just all together, and then next month it might be kind of ho-hum patch. People will kind of get no excited, and then maybe the next few months patch won't be anything because they just threw it all together. I just feel like they could have, spreading it out would have just brought the excitement. Patch day, it's like Christmas, like patch day, waiting for the patch notes, seeing what's going to be out there, the teasers, and then the day of patch notes always brings some new surprises. I feel like that would have been way better. The community would have got behind it, and it just would have brought like excitement, something to look forward to when you don't even expect it, right? Because we didn't expect Mac Damage Tap Souls, right? If it didn't come this time, we wouldn't have expected it next month, but that would have been even better if we got flames this month. Hype for that on the Absolab and the ignoring me defense, tested it out, and next month more cap, right? That would have been hype, but that's not what they did, and maybe you should hire me to think of these things. All right, so quickly, I wanted to share some tools that I've been using that are in the Echoing Thoughts Discord channel. This one is in the paid version. This is the damage calculator to help you guys out with checking out your stats, inputting all the information possible, ignoring enemy defense, the boss ignoring enemy defense, all your percent stats here, Absolab, things like that, everything updated, right? To see what you need to do. If you can reroll, if you're still going to cap with your stats. I get this question all the time. Should I reroll my physical attack for final damage flames? This is going to help you a ton. It's going to give you the answers you need. I got this from Sephi. I don't know who else made this, but a shout out to them. Appreciate them. This is gold. And this is going to be in the Discord channel in the paid section. And if you guys are wondering kind of how I tested out my final damage, if I was still capping and I could lose the physical attack for flames, take off your Android first. Take it off. See if you can still cap losing that physical attack before you reroll off of your outfit flames, your cape, or your shoulders, depending if you're a mage or a physical attack user, any of that stuff, right? You want to use the Android to see if you can cap with that physical attack loss, right? But use this tool as well. This is kind of gives you the straight up answers. You want to make a copy, right? Make a copy, and then you'll obviously see it. You can edit it as you want, right? And then so that's going to be here in the tips and tricks section here. And then we're going to go to the MSM guides. We have this true max damage cap calculator here as well. This one is pretty sweet. It's basically just going to tell you what your true cap is. And this is a shout out to Rylox here. Him and Staccato came up with this kind of with their the right calculations, the right equation to get the true cap. And this matches fog training. This matches everything. So we triple checked it. This is spot on. Again, you want to make a copy just to be safe, and you're not kind of messing with the actual main one, because this is all editable here. So you can just basically put in your defense, right? This is straight from the stat page. You can put in your cap, and you can put in your boss. And this is already all pre-filled out, Damien, things like that. And this is what you're going to hit, right? And then you can test out, like what I like to do is like if people are asking, like what happens if I get 5% more ignore enemy defense? How much is that? How much ignore enemy defense translates to max damage cap, right? And this is what I do. You just plug it in. It's super easy. Let's say you're at 8.5%, right? For Damien, 25.6 mil cap, 17 mil lines, 13.3 mil lines. So what, 400, and I just Control Z, and then we'll just go back and forth, right? 300 and 400, right? 400 here, 300 here. So 5% ignore me defense. And then you can see if I'm 35 mil cap, 24 mil lines, 26 mil lines, what happens if I'm at, so again, 600K, 500, 600K for each, right? And just do the math. And then what you'll find out is that the higher cap you have, obviously, not rocket science, the more impactful ignore enemy defense is going to be, right? So that's, you see 1 mil per line, and 1 mil per line without DS4, 800K without DS4. Play around with it, and obviously it goes higher. So you'll figure it out. And so, but what we kind of found out was that at like 50, 60 mil cap, 1% ignore enemy defense is about 500K. And that's at obviously higher caps. So, but plug in your numbers, check it out. Don't forget for Lucid and in Will, put in your arcane power. So I usually just put like 1200. That's, 1150, whatever, because that's going to be the max you can do for both anyways. Or like, that's going to make you safe for the 150% for the 5 mil cap. Plug it in. It gives you the numbers right there. And it's just an amazing tool to have. Play around with it, see with it. Like, before you spend a dime, right, you got to figure out, like, is it worth it? Do I need 15% ignore me defense? Do I need 20? Do I need 30? Do I need 35? Or like, is it start to fall off after a certain amount of time, right? A certain amount of ignore enemy defense. So this one is going to be in the Discord channel, the free MSM guides. Use it, make a copy, please. I highly recommend. Don't be copy and pasting here. Super easy to follow. Read the instructions. Shout out to him. Shout out to these guys for putting in the work, man. This is sweet and a great tool for you guys to have. So you definitely want to use this to your advantage before you make any rash decisions. So with that damage calculator, figure out your damage, figure out everything you need to know, and then we'll quickly just talk about how the requirements for bosses have changed, right? I've gotten so many questions. Hard Damien, Lucid, Will, and here's my take on it right now, 1 week after, right? Doing a lot of calculations, testing, seeing a lot of results from teams that have merged and teams that have people with lesser gear. Like I said previously, about 500K max damage cap is about 1% ignore enemy defense. I believe, right, previously to this patch, the average max damage cap for clear teams for Will was around high 50s. Ours was around high 50s. I haven't seen anyone really in the mid 50s as a team, but with this new ignore enemy defense patch, right, I think that it is possible to clear with a team average of about like 50 mil cap with like 20% ignore enemy defense. And 20% ignore enemy defense is not a lot. My Demon Slayer has one line on all of its armors. No Absolab, no mythic secondary weapon. It has around 15 or 16, maybe 17% ignored enemy defense. So it's possible. It's not going to cost you a lot, and the gains are insane, right? And so I seen Love's team, Sinner. He did about, what did he do? About his 42 mil cap, 25% ignore enemy defense. Excuse me. 42.5 max damage cap, 25% ignore enemy defense, Phantom. Post patch. Did equivalent to around a 52, 53 mil cap player pre-patch. That's huge, right? That's about 10 mil cap. And so that is like, that says it all, right? I truly believe that, like, if you have a well-rounded team, if you can get through that first minute and 2 seconds, you can hit that check mark at 1358 for Will, then I believe that you will have enough DPS to clear the whole thing. That is the hardest part. Some people are doing without shades now, with shades, whatever it takes, right? You might need some more bursty classes, but I truly believe that a 45 mil cap, 25% ignore me defense, 30% ignore me defense player can do enough damage to not hinder the team, right? It can do, like, it's not obviously going to carry the team, right? But you still need big time players. You still need, one or two great aggros, burst classes to kind of keep control of everything, to kind of do a good chunk of the DPS. But by no means is a 45 mil cap player anymore with 20 plus ignore enemy defense. That's definitely viable, right? And I think that you may see that will runs are getting faster, but not significantly faster. Our run was about 1 minute faster than our previous, and that may not seem like a lot, but it's because the way will is set up is at phase 1, it's time gated. No matter how strong you are, it's going to take 6 minutes, straight up. Phase 2, no matter how strong you are, you're maybe going to clear it maybe like 30 seconds faster than normal. So you're going to be in phase 3, and that is where all the DPS comes in. That's kind of the DPS check, the tunneling, and it's really just standing there in DPS and surviving. That's where it used to take us 5 minutes to clear. Now it's taking us 3.5. If you just look at it in that perspective, that's a huge amount of boost to DPS. Where we're overkilling, we're hitting the check marks with 20-30 seconds left in phase 1. We're just sitting there twiddling our thumbs. So don't be misled by we're only clearing 1 minute faster in the grand scheme of things. It's the DPS is way more significant than that. And I think that like my paladin could be the aggro, the tank, is easily equivalent to a 67 mil cap pre-patch paladin, right? So kind of just keep that in perspective. It's definitely viable for you to do it with much less. The requirements are much less. So that is how impactful ignoring my defense is. Everyone's situation is different based on the cap and how impactful it is, how much it translates to max damage cap. But use the calculators, use the spreadsheets that I posted, and figure out exactly how much damage you can output. All right, 2K subscriber gear showcase, what everyone's been waiting for. I've done one for the 1,000 subscribers too. That was a year ago, so you definitely want to check out that. A lot has changed. The game has changed, not just my gear. To be honest, I've got a lot of my gear free to play through bossing and stuff up until like the last few months where I went a little too hard with flames and chaos exalts trying to get clear will. But this is the stats that I'm at. So gonna get extra physical damage here from weapon aura, get all this crit damage. This is kind of my burst stats. And then you're going to get a ton of final damage here. So we'll check that out. It's going to get buffed. It's going to look a little bit misleading. So yeah, 175% final damage. Base is about 100. So this is all just kind of, and this is why people, final damage is big, but we get a lot of it from stats, from buffs, things like that, especially paladins. So main thing is 68k physical attack, right below, I think before this flames patch, I was around 73k physical attack. So lost a lot. Worth. 37% ignoring my defense, crit damage, boss attack. We get a lot of inherent physical damage and physical attack as well. So we trust like that. And HP, we have a lot too. Warriors just have a lot of base stats. So before I get into that, I think a lot of people wonder, like, try to compare like paladins to my mage to my other class. And it's just different. And there's a few things that we get that kind of separates us. Like, for one, we get a lot of HP, 15% here. You guys probably, other classes get this as well, obviously, but warriors just naturally have more HP than thieves, archers. Like, we're just tankier. Makes sense, right? We're warriors. We get stacking physical damage, physical attack here. HP scaling is huge. We get that constant. This is 100%. If I were to fix one thing though, or ask for a rebalance for paladins, if the devs are watching, move this up to 60 seconds, please. For training, not for bossing, just for training. This falls off so easily. How we have more physical attack as well. We get 1,000 for being Explorer Warrior. 1,000. This is from the Explorer rebalance. DK's heroes got it all as well. So yeah, pretty nice. Power stance is knockback. OP, HP decreasing, HP scaling, just more percent stats, right? But the physical attack was kind of the main one. And then we get a lot of just inherent percent stats in general. I think a lot of classes get this though. So that is where stats come from. I'm obviously have the correct legion here, right? My training legion, I use my decent nodes. So I got all this, right? But then sneaky warriors again. This is the best V skill common skill in the game. It's an iframe, but it also gives stats, physical damage, physical attack, HP, 10%. Yeah, this thing's broken. Like this thing is absolutely like disgusting. So, oh, and we also get, physical attack, like raw, 1,000 physical attack. So this skill is broken. Yeah, this skill is nasty. So that's where we get a lot of percent stats from. So we'll go through training first. Training is nothing crazy. I try to get my Star Force up for max perma, but level 50 chaos, nothing special here. Legendary secondary weapon, EXP, 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 will, EXP, we'll take that. One line, crit damage, nothing crazy. Crit damage, emblem, crit damage, emblem. Crit rate is pretty nice though, 6%. I think crit damage, even for uniques, is like 12%. Yeah, pretty nice. Outfit, yeah, this is my main bossing one as well. Boss attack, I'm not going to change that. Shoulders, magic attack, I don't care. Level 30, it's all level 30, so it's nothing outlandish. Let's see how much this is. 1,500. Yeah. This is my bossing shoe. I'm equipping this because of the Star Force, 34 Star Force over my. I have another shoe, but it's only 19 Star Force. So, yeah, that one's pretty. Just in there, just in case. The belt, crit drop rate, pretty nice. Drop rate's pretty nice. Crit damage emblem, lucid, belt. Nothing crazy here, right? Nothing over the top. Big fan of the speed though. We'll take that. Obviously you got the fairy pink. Got all this for the Star Force, Legion links. That's all straightforward. That's the stats. Oh, it's probably not the stats. It's this. It's my training set, and then switch over to my links. So I think base, I'm like nothing. I think I'm like 311, 3 base, 300. 300. So I think arcane power being in the arcane map in a party gives you 10%. Wedding, being married gives me 10%. And then I think we have a Kana or like another bishop, give another 10%. And then I have EXP boots, cheap ones, B label, nothing crazy, cost a few hundred mil. So that was pretty nice. 6 days, like entire year, 4.6%. We'll take it. So yeah, EXP and the EXP jewels. So there's room to grow, but not EXP crazy by any means. I'm getting passed by people when I'm at 350%. So that's how you know I'm like, paladins aren't the best mobbers. They're pretty good, but nothing. It's not a mage or even an archer. But yeah, we'll take it. And then for the bossing, let's go back. So we'll start with the android. So this is unreal. Wait till you see this one. This is, so I mythic flames a lot. And so I had spare flames here. So I was just rolling it. These are like 3 or 4 or 5 flames extra, right, from a pack. And then I just hit this. Right, this is my old one, physical attack. I didn't touch it because I didn't want to, just in case these ones are bad. But this is my backup one. This one's pretty nutty as well. But I mean, yeah, of course, right? I was trying to roll 2 lines, ignoring my defense, or people call it DIR, defense ignore rate. I don't know why I keep saying IED, but DIR is also what it can be called. I was trying so hard for 2 lines mythic, and of course couldn't get it, and then 3 flames later, double line final damage. So absolutely disgusting, absolutely insane. So weapon, self-made, proud of this one. Didn't roll off this just yet, but because I mean 1200, 2200, just gonna get better, and I just didn't want to spend on. This is just the hard part about Mythic Flames is I just did not like. It just looks so good, right? It just looks so nice. It's just hard to reroll even to legendary final damage. I couldn't do it. So yeah, Mag Arc here, 10 cut, made myself proud of that one. Mythic Secondary was 10 cut. I think I got it from the, I cut it over from my Demon Slayer though. I forget, but yeah, it was from my Demon Slayer. HP, Legendary is still pretty nice. 4%, level 8, Mag Arc, final damage. Brutal. Gotta reroll that. Brutal. Absolutely do not look forward to that. I don't buy packs for this. I just failed too many way back when, so nothing crazy there. Only level SF5 there, so pretty good potentials. Finally got these up, all free to play, so we'll take that. Did I free to play this one? Maybe I didn't. Yeah, don't quote me on that one. Yeah, probably didn't free to play that one, but these ones definitely free to play. Got lucky with the crit damage, HP, crit damage. Like, I rolled really hard. I love potentials too, and this one is just like I just went for HP and crit damage. Boss attack, physical damage, speed, HP. Got this. Damien. Yeah, that one. This one's the best one that I've had. And then level 3. Level 3, 3-set bonus. Max damage cap, all that stuff. Waiting for this one. That's the will pocket. Then the hat. 56 bricked. Freaking 5% bricked. Got the flames. Like I said, the flames. Like, my ignore defense is 37. Yeah. I mean, I went for 1 line, and then I just couldn't. It just looked bad when it was like a defense flame. Like, it was like one line defense and 1 line magic defense, and I was like, I couldn't. I just the OCD really got the better of me. The outfit you guys saw already. Self-made, level 10, boss attack. That's my baby. Made it myself. Made it, Physical attack with boss attack, 1,000. Pretty nice. Not even boss attack build. So we'll take that. Shoulders, 1,200 enormity defense. Like, I chose to do mythic, and people are probably wondering why I chose to do mythic here over legendary. If I were to recommend, I mean, 2-line legendary is harder than 1-line mythic. I mean, it's still expensive for 1-line mythic. Don't get me wrong, but I just like the look of 2 lines legendary better than like 1-line mythic and 1-line trash. So this is the route I went. Either route is not fun. Let's just say that. This one, for these ones, I decided to mythic because there's just more options for me to keep, right? Any physical attack, basically 1-line physical attack, 1-line ignoring me defense was good enough. And I mean, just the chance of me getting 2 lines ignoring me defense mythic was worth it, right? That's just easy. So there's just more options there for me. These ones, I went legendary here. Physical attack, crit damage, 58 bricked, 10%, brutal. Mag Von Leon, sad. Level 50, Mag Pier, sad. We rolled off that too. So I mean, I've gone through it all, right? I've done Mag Pier on the weapon, had all Mag Pier final damage souls, rerolled that. Rerolled this to Arc. Rerolled this to Arc. Like, I've gone through it all. Nexon has got me more than once, but it is what it is. Like, we're all degenerates in our own way. yeah, not the, at your own pace is what I'd say. Legion is pretty good. I'm still missing some stuff here. Crit damage, EXP, missing, or crit damage boss attack for my bossing. But no rush. Kind of just chilling. So what else is there? Jewels. I did blue jewels. EXP is pretty nice though for knockback. For like covert. Knockback is nice. Symbols. Yeah, 10,000. Yeah, I mean, arcane power, 1,200. So it's a lot. I've been doing these for the EXP just for fun. It's fast. But yeah, that is it. You guys want to see some PRs in bossing? Let's see. Let's start with Lotus 272. Oh, this is me trying to solo it. So that's as good as it gets for solo. Will 210. Saw my last video on that. Peaks of 430. Lucid, not that great. I'm alters too. That's why. Damien, this was the last run, 211. Not bad. I was hitting pretty hard here, 49.4 mil. At 4 minutes too. That's a terrible time for Paladins as well. I mean, I could have done way more than that. Yeah, I don't know what else is there. Arc. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. 2K subscribers. Thank you. Don't forget about the Crystal giveaway. You want to be in the Discord. I may do it to YouTube, but Discord is going to be the first one, right? So that is where everything's going to be. It's just easier for me to contact you guys and reach out to you guys and communicate with you guys. So definitely want to join the Discord in the link description below. Free. You'll have a chance. Whale tier, Edward tier, you'll get a bigger Crystal prize and you'll get just a higher chance of winning. Right? There's just less of you guys to compete with. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support, subscribers in Discord and in YouTube. I'll see you guys next time. If you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, quickly, if you guys want to post feedback and want it to actually be heard and shared on the YouTube channel, join the Discord. I have a new section just for this. Same like the Discord channel, the MSM Discord channel, but I'm actually going to share these ones, the most popular ones, upvoted, downvoted, to shed light on them. Right, to get more eyes on it, to hopefully make the game better, right? Hopefully the devs will see this or someone will try to make an impact, right? And so definitely join the Discord channel, share your feedback, and we'll shed some light on it.